Welcome back to the Ark Survival Guide. Today we will teach you all about the Tropeognathus, the new dino on Ark that released with a new official Crystal Isles map. The Tropeognathus is basically a fighter jet pterosaur with a grenade launcher and jet engine on its saddle. Now, learning how to use a Tropeognathus is actually not as easy as it looks, but this guide will teach you how to fly on the new Tropeo, how to shoot down dinosaurs with it, and what kind of fuel it uses, and how to activate its jet engine. I will also show you some of the other cool abilities a Tropeo has which few people seem to know about right now. Also, if you watch this video until the very end, I'm going to show you an admin command which I don't think has been released yet, and that will allow you to summon a tamed Tropeognathus and summon its saddle so you can have lots of fun with it yourself. Also, I will release a full guide on how to tame a Tropeognathus very soon, since taming a Tropeo is not an easy task. So check the link in the description of this video because I may have already released that guide by the time you watch this one. I also have tons of other helpful Crystal Isles guides coming out very soon, so make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because you won't want to miss any of that. Also, be sure to give it a thumbs up if this video helps you, and let's get started with Tropeo Flight School. So this is the brand new Tropeognathus, which just arrived on the Crystal Isles map. There's rumors that you can get the Tropeognathus on console too, so we'll have to see if any of those actually start spawning. Please let me know in the comments if you see a Tropeognathus on your map. Now, I'll show you the stats real quick so you can get a feel for them, but they're actually pretty similar stats to the Tropeharas. Now, in the information that Ark released about the Tropeognathus, they said they have the best stamina of any flyer, and that's not actually because their stamina stat is so high. It's because they have a jet engine attached to their saddle, and that allows them to fly with almost infinite stamina, and that goes pretty darn fast too, but you will be consuming gasoline. Now, there's a lot of really awesome features about these guys, but I actually love the fact that when they're flying normally, they're really maneuverable. They're just like a Tropehara when that jet engine is not turned on, so they can go backwards, forwards, left and right, up and down. I tried it. They don't seem to be able to stick to walls like a Tropehara can, so I was bummed about that. But what makes the Tropeognathus really amazing is that jet engine, and I'm going to have to show you guys how to turn the jet engine on because it's not really self-explanatory. Now, you'll notice on the bottom here I've got a couple little icons next to my items, and there are some grenades and gasoline. Now, the reason for those is because we actually have to power and give this guy ammunition. So we've got regular grenades, which you can craft just like normal, and let me actually feed this guy too. And we've got regular gasoline. This is just like the normal gasoline you make in a forge. And when we put these things into its inventory, that actually becomes its fuel and ammunition. But nothing happens until we actually turn it on. Now, on PC, which is the only one that I know of that has Tropeos, we have to hit the control key, and that activates the jet engine and the turret. So now we are a fighter jet, basically. Now, if we hold down the shift key, we can actually sprint using the jet engine, and that gives it this afterburner effect, and that lets us sprint even faster, but that does consume stamina. Now, we remove about one gasoline canister every 15 seconds while we're sprinting, and about every 30 seconds while we're not sprinting. Also, if you look at my stamina, it is actually going down relatively quickly, but I am flying extremely fast and far. And if I actually stop sprinting, or if I'm sprinting, I can do a nosedive just like a griffin or a snow owl, and it doesn't give you as much speed as those guys do, or maybe it just doesn't look like it because we're already moving so stinking fast. As far as I know, this is the fastest flyer by far, and the Tropeognathus just can cover crazy amounts of ground. But as you can see here, I sprinted all the way out to where I can't even see where I stopped before I ran out of stamina, and this is just like a level 60 that I spawned in, I haven't buffed up his stamina at all, so I'm pretty sure they can get crazy amounts of stamina if you start putting a lot of points into that. You also, if you don't sprint, you can still fly pretty darn fast just using that jet engine, and as long as you have enough gasoline, you can basically fly all the way across the entire map without ever having to land, which is pretty amazing. These things are also very agile in the air, and they're really made for aerial dogfights. Like, PvP is going to be so much more fun because of the Tropeognathus. I'm pretty sure the Crystal Isles map on PvP will be full of jet fighter dogfights all the time, and it's going to be amazing. Now, this ability with the Tropeo is kind of hard to see, but if you look carefully as you're flying around, all of the flyers have this little wind kind of thing going behind them, and that's only if you're flying on a Tropeo. You can see it a little better with that guy. If I fly through that ring of air, I actually get a speed boost, and that's because they are able to draft other flyers. It's kind of like in Mario Kart, if you ride directly behind somebody, you get a boost. That's actually exactly what's happening here. So you get a pretty decent boost that way, and it's actually really helpful in PvP dogfights. You can jump ahead of people and all kinds of cool stuff. Speaking of dogfights, check this out. This guy has a rocket launcher. He is able to fire those grenades, and he can fire them really fast. So basically, you can now take down just about any other dinos in the air or on the ground very effectively without ever getting in range. So, you know, combat in Ark could be a little bit broken now that you have Tropeognathus. But I'm going to see if I can take down this entire Bronto from the air without ever getting in range of him being able to hit me. And as you can see, we can make pretty quick work of these guys. Now, you might notice that some of these are doing way more damage than others, and that's because if you hit it directly right dead center, you can actually do a lot more damage when you hit a dino. Now, we actually has pretty good gathering. We're getting a pretty decent amount of meat and hide, but, you know, it's not amazing. Now, here's another Tropeo ability I've never seen anybody else show. He actually has a grab. So if you use the right mouse button, he can pick up smaller dinos in his beak. Now, if you're not picking up a smaller dino, it doesn't really seem to do much of anything, and just ran out of stamina right next to a really angry trike. So, note to self, if you shoot rockets at something, it's going to be really ticked off. You might want to make sure you've got enough stamina to not land right next to it. Alright, there we go. So, we'll just pretend that never happened. Now, the interesting thing about that grab attack is he has a lot of saliva that you can see when he does that grab, and my theory, I have not confirmed this, but I think that is when the developers were saying it has acidic saliva, which is able to actually break down things like armor. And my theory is if you pick up another player with that, even if they're wearing really good armor, I think it's going to eat right through their armor and have a really good armor debuff. So we'll see how that actually works in PvP, but please let me know if you guys can confirm or deny that. But that's my theory. Other than that, it's actually kind of helpful to have that grab. As far as I can tell, it only works on smaller dinos on land, but it seems to be about the same as what a Pteranodon can pick up, so it's just small dinos. Now check this out. Is this crazy or what? If you want to do a backflip, not quite a barrel roll, you can hit the C key, and it will do this crazy flip and then completely turn around. So if you're in an aerial dogfight, somebody's on your tail, just hit the C button, you'll do this crazy backflip, and then you can jet away from them before they even know what hit you. So that's going to be a trick little maneuver that will really help you guys. Also, you might notice I just blew up a compy. You're probably wondering where that compy came from. I had it in my mouth this whole time. If you use the right click to pick up something in your mouth, you can actually directly shoot it with your cannon and blow it up. So if you want to just grab an enemy player and carry it around and shoot it with grenades while you're flying, you can totally do that. So with a Tropeognathus, you will be able to pretty much rule the skies as long as you have enough grenades and gasoline. And if you check the link in the description, I actually have a guide on the best base locations in the Crystal Isles map, and one of those locations has stupid stupid amounts of oil if you need a lot of gasoline. So be sure to check that out if you want to have a basically limitless supply of gasoline for your Tropeognathus. Now, during one of my live streams, somebody asked if you could actually breed Tropeognathus, and I figured I'd just try it out and see how that goes. So here we go. This is a Tropeognathus egg, and this is actually pretty cool. If we drop this on the ground in the middle of the afternoon, it's actually such a perfect temperature. It is incubating right now without anything done to it. So in these beach areas, it's actually perfect for breeding Tropeognathus. Now, I'll show you the coordinates of this area sometime soon when I do the actual Tropeognathus taming guide, but this little mountainous area on the beach actually has Tropeognathus spawn right next to it. So that's actually where I found my first wild Tropeognathus, right over here. Now, another thing I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of this guide is you need to be level 65 in order to actually make the Tropeognathus saddle. So here's the materials to actually craft that. It takes a lot of polymer. It's going to take quite a while to get those materials, so start stocking up when you get close to level 65. You're going to need a lot. Now, let's show you guys how to actually summon a Tropeognathus using admin commands. Now, if we type in summon tamed Tropeognathus underscore character underscore BP underscore C, and you can see that on the bottom of my screen, it's going to spawn in a Tropeognathus. And I'll go ahead and drop a bunch more of these. If you're using PC, you can just hit tab to open that admin command if you're playing single player. And then if you hit the up arrow key, it will jump right up to the last command that you used. Now, check out some of the color schemes on these guys. These things have crazy colors. Like, look at that guy. Bright red, teal, purple. I mean, Tropeognathus seem to come in just about every color of the rainbow and several colors at once, which is pretty awesome. So I seriously can't wait to start breeding Tropeognathus mutations. Now, if you want to summon a Tropeognathus saddle so you can actually ride one, we're going to say GFI space TROPESADDLE space 1 space 0 space 0. And once again, you can see that at the bottom of my screen. And that will actually summon a single Tropeognathus saddle, which can be equipped, and then we're going to have to actually get it some ammo to be able to fly with it. So now let's summon in some gasoline, and we're just going to do that by saying GFI space gasoline space 100 to get 100 of them, space 0 space 0, and that'll give us a bunch of gasoline. We can use that command a bunch of times and get tons of fuel. And we're also going to do the same thing with a grenade, and the admin command for that is GFI space weapon grenade, don't ask me why, space 1 0 for 10 of them, space 0 space 0, and that's going to get us as many grenades as we want. We can just keep using that command over and over and just stock up our Tropeognathus fighter jet and have some fun with it. So if you guys don't want to wait until you're level 65 to have a lot of fun on the new Crystal Isles map with a fighter jet Tropeognathus, then just use all of those commands and you'll get your very own decked out fighter jet to go have some fun with. Well, that's about it for our Tropeognathus guide, but I will have another guide very soon on how to tame a Tropeognathus, because that will be quite an involved process, and I want to teach you guys all about that and give you some really helpful tricks on how to tame a Tropeognathus. So be sure to check the link in the description of this video. If you're watching this later, I may have already released that guide, and also make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because you are not going to want to miss any of the new guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and let's plays I'm going to release very soon on the Crystal Isles map, because I am having so much fun with this stunning new official ARK map, and I think you guys are going to love it too. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to show you the next great video on the Crystal Isles. Thank you so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. That helps us so much. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because we have lots of awesome new Ark videos and live streams coming soon, and you won't want to miss any of them. You can do so many awesome things in Ark, but it is really hard to figure out on your own. Check out the links at the end of this video to browse our huge library of fun, clean, and helpful Ark guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and Let's Plays. If you would like to earn awesome rewards while supporting this channel, click the join button or link next to the subscribe button to learn more about our new channel memberships. You can also join our awesome Discord community at the link in the description of this video or on top of the channel homepage. And if you want to see my wife and I play lots of other fun video games together, visit our other YouTube channel, the Console Co-op Couple, using the link in the video description or in the channel homepage. And now I want to give a shout out to some of the biggest supporters of this channel: Sabo0283, Cole Parmenter, Wolfgirl Be Like, Austin Nagel, Kelly Razjak, Black Silver Ride, and Emmy Fisher. You guys are all awesome, and we so appreciate your support. Now, if you'd like to be a monthly supporter and get a shout out at the end of our videos, check out the join button next to the subscribe button for more information about that. And for everyone else, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.